Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'd like to show you an easy method for making beautiful fondant rainbows in two different styles. The first style is that elongated asymmetrical rainbow style that you may see on cakes that cascade along the side or front of a whole tier. I've colored my fondant with purple, blue, teal, yellow, and pink liquid gel colors by Chef Master. And I'm using my easy marshmallow fondant recipe, which you can find on my channel and my website. Roll out long, thin ropes of each color, then using a circle cutter or something round as a guide, I line them all up, just like this. Since this cake is for my own family and won't be leaving my home, I won't be attaching a skewer to the back to anchor it into the cake. It's not going to be transported in a car, it's just going to stay in one place. So you'll see after it's dried, I'm just going to be attaching it to the cake with buttercream. However, if you are planning on transporting this any distance, you'll want to attach a skewer to the back of the short end with some fresh fondant and brush of water. Now I'm just cutting both ends to my desired length. Brush water along each of the seams between each color, and this will allow the fondant to stick to each other. An optional step that I'd added here is to add some edible sparkle dust just like this. Make sure you let these dry at least overnight. The second style we'll make here is the more classic symmetrical arch rainbow that we all recognize. I'm using a little larger circle cutter here as my guide and just using the basic same technique as I did in the previous rainbow style. This time, cut both ends of the rainbow at an even length. I also wanted to make some clouds for my rainbow, so I rolled out some white fondant. And in the first cloud I'm making here, I'm actually going to personalize it with the birthday girl's name using an alphabet embossing stamp set, which you can find in my shop. The cloud fondant cutter set can also be found in my shop as well. I'll link all of those in the description. Once again, sparkle dust is optional. This white sparkle dust is from New York Cake. And then I'm going to be painting in the birthday girl's name in her favorite color, sparkly blue edible paint. And just a reminder, make sure to let everything dry and harden at least overnight. A quick and easy way to get the birthday kiddo's age on the cake is to cut it out in fondant and then decorate it to match your other decor. Lastly, I made some fondant butterflies. I made them in the same colors as the rainbow, just except for blue since the back of the cake is blue. And I cut out a bunch of different sizes. I like to use this food-safe floral wire with some of my smaller, lighter fondant toppers as it has more of a springy, flying look. To do this, before the fondant has dried, brush one butterfly with a little bit of water, press in the wire, and then add another piece on top to sandwich it together. I created a corner or a curve with a fondant rolling pin and some parchment paper to allow my butterflies to dry bent like this to look more realistic. We'll add some more sparkle dust to match the rest of the decor and then let them dry at least overnight like this. Once the butterflies were dry, I attached some to the number and to my rainbows too. Fondant pieces adhere to one another with just a brush of water. Here is the cake I assembled for this project, and I'll share how to make all these tiers in a separate video. And as you can see, each of my rainbows have dried very nice and hard, so I'm just attaching them with a little bit of buttercream. Once again, this cake was not going to be transported anywhere, so I didn't need to add any skewers or supports for my long rainbows. I just secured them to the side of my cake tiers with some buttercream. Then I attached my clouds to the bottoms of each rainbow with a little buttercream as well. You could certainly also use water to attach the fondant clouds to the fondant rainbows. And lastly, we'll add on the butterflies. I attached these with a little bit of buttercream if they were going to rest right on the cake. The ones with the wire I stuck on top and in the sides of the cake as well. And here's what it looks like with everything in place. Thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to share more of this cake with you.